What's up? I'm Justin. Welcome to Don't Disappoint Your Parents. If you couldn't tell, I really like Chinese barbecue. We've made Peking duck, we've made crispy pork belly. These are all things that you find hanging in windows in Chinatown. One of my favorite things to get at Chinatown barbecue places is Char Siu, which is the red roasted pork shoulder. So today, we're gonna make just that. Let's get cooking. We're making Char Siu today, one of my favorite items on the Chinese barbecue rack. We're going to start by getting out a big bowl. In said bowl, we're going to make a marinade. Add a quarter cup of light brown sugar, a very generous 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 tablespoon of miso paste, which isn't super traditional, but acts as an umami-packed fermented bean paste, 2 teaspoons of honey, half a teaspoon of 5-spice powder, 1 tablespoon of shaoxing cooking wine, 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of hoisin sauce, and finally about half a teaspoon of red food coloring. The food coloring will give the meat that classic red hue. It's optional but highly recommended because otherwise your meat will come out very brown and kinda disappointing. When making this, I unfortunately didn't add enough red food coloring to my Char Siu, so it came out a little bit brown and kinda disappointing. Mix that together until completely homogeneous. I lied, by the way, we're not done with the marinade yet. We're going to add 3 cloves of minced garlic and stir again. Reserve about 2 tablespoons of the marinade in a small bowl. Cover it with plastic wrap and store in the fridge for later. Next, we're going to prep our pork. I'm using a pork shoulder. Cut the pork shoulder into 3 pieces. Each piece should be about an inch thick. Now you could use all 3 pieces for your Char Siu, but I'm only going to be using 2. The third piece will be featured in a later episode. Add your meat in the marinade and toss rigorously until everything is fully and evenly coated. Cover the bowl with some plastic wrap and store it in the fridge overnight. The next day, we're going to preheat an oven to 475 degrees Fahrenheit and transfer our pork onto a foiled wire rack. Pour about half a cup of water onto the baking sheet. This will prevent any pan drippings from smoking and burning. Add the pork into the oven and bake for 15 minutes. After this initial 15 minutes, turn the oven temperature down to 375 degrees and roast for another 15 minutes. While that's going, we're going to combine 2 tablespoons of honey with our reserved marinade. After 30 minutes total of cooking time, take your Char Siu out and flip it around. Put it back in the oven and roast for another 15 minutes. Once again, take the Char Siu out, brush it down on all sides with our honey marinade mixture, and bake for a final 10 minutes before taking it out and letting it rest for 10 minutes. Slice against the grain of the shoulder and enjoy. While it doesn't look the most like Char Siu, it's nevertheless delicious. Tender, juicy, sweet, smoky, and savory, it perfectly rounds out our little Chinese barbecue adventure. Welcome back to the show. For you, here we have a Char Siu.
That looks terrific. I love the color. It smells so good that you have been roasting this. Nice color, huh, Justin? Moist. Well, has a very subtle flavor actually. Garlic and I think some, I don't know what to say.
A little bit of 5-spice, a little bit of honey.
But it's absolutely delicious, Justin. It's very moist, and that's the most impressive part because, usually the roast barbecue that you get from the store, it tends to be a little bit dry. So your flavor is there, and I love the moistness of the meat.
All right.
Yum.
Okay, bye-bye. Aww.